I stopped by
So
3110 on the west side, but it was closed for a private party. So I'm learning. What about you, Erin?
Well, let me tell you, my weekend was so much more exciting than you guys.
Was it?
Because I literally was at home. I came from the studio on Friday and I thought, I'm so sick. It was ridiculous. I have the flu so bad. And I left my charger to my computer here. And I thought, okay, universe, I get the picture. Like, honestly, so.
Unplug.
Unplug. I literally stayed in bed the entire weekend, and it was so hilarious because, first of all, I didn't have Kleenex. So I had like a roll of toilet paper next to my head all weekend long. Like, it was the most like unattractive, like whatever, but all weekend long, all I thought was, well, at least my house is not burning down. So I just kept that kind of going, my relative state of whatever, but let me tell you that it wasn't pretty. It was, my room was like a disaster. Like, I'm like gonna have to sanitize the entire thing now.
It is so important though that, Erin, you are so aware that you recognize you're gonna take yourself out of the game for the weekend and feel better. What is like your tip, your trick, and just relaxing when you're not feeling well?
Oh my gosh.
What do you do?
Good question.
Right, I mean, for me, I just surrender. Like, I'm like, I know the body has such this intelligence. Like, I'm like, okay, I know that it's sneezing, it's coughing so much because it's trying not have the mucus go down into the lungs for the next, like, it's so brilliant, this body, it's incredible. So I just like lay there and I'm like, okay, I'm in pain, I'm sweating, I'm coughing, I'm, having loogies come out of me. Like, I'm flinging boogers across the room, like, honestly. I mean, it's like a comedy around all of it, right?
Yeah.
So I just go, okay, there's an intelligence. I'm just gonna surrender. I'm gonna try and give it the best supplements I can give it and just know it's gonna do its thing.
You're so much better than me. I get thinned out on Theraflu and like antibiotics, like just ASAP. Just,
Yeah, give me some NyQuil and knock myself out and I'm good.
My dad will kill me if I do antibiotics unless I'm like on my deathbed.
Yeah.
So my dad's a naturopath, so he's like, let it play out,
It's so good. It's so good you do that because when I was in high school, I got pneumonia really bad, like walking pneumonia for like 9 months, and I had to take antibiotics for almost the entire time, and I do feel like it weakened my immune system.
It's a tricky thing. You just have to choose your times, right? Yeah.
So So this weekend was a really fun weekend for Focus TV. We went and checked out Kelly and Sharon Stone's nonprofit called Planet Hope. Wrapped tons of amazing presents. There was loads of celebrities there, all to give back. It's an incredible community. I'd love to give you a look at it.
Good morning, La La Land. I'm here with Planet Hope, and we are wrapping probably over 11,000 toys today for over 20 different shelters throughout the LA area. We have incredible people here. Next year, you can be here doing this with us.
Good morning, La La Land. I am Lisa Piner, and I am here on Planet Hope's Toy Drive today. I have been involved actually for 20 years. My husband, Donald Piner, and I first started as giving shoes to the beginning of these toy gifts, and now she's built this after 25 years, if you look around, to an amazing, amazing charity event that Kelly, she is an angel.
Good morning, La La Land. My name is Carrie Bhatia, and I'm the Executive Director of Planet Hope. We're here today wrapping toys for homeless and abused children. This is the 25th anniversary of Planet Hope. We have today wrapping over 12,000 toys. Thousands were donated by Hasbro and so many other amazing organizations.
Good morning, La La Land.
Good morning, La La Land.
Hi, Melissa Lewis. We're here with Planet Hope, and we are wrapping gifts for different shelters in the area. Adults, celebrities, kids. This is...
I'm Parker Leland.
And this is...
Hi, I'm Penelope.
These are my kids, and we're just out here today to support Sharon Stone and Kelly Stone and their organization, Planet Hope.
Good morning, La La Land. This is Steve Wiseman, co-founder of Nail and Bone. And this is the Malibu Ziegler collection that we did in partnership with Melissa Giussoni, the mother of Maddie and Kenzie Ziegler. And we're here at Kelly Stone's Planet Hope organization wrapping gifts for homeless children and also kids that are in various shelters across the Southland. This is my son Eli and my son Max, and their wrapping expert Marcy, all here wrapping gifts till 8 o'clock tonight.
Thank you very much. thank you on behalf of my sister Sharon Stone and myself. We're 26 years into this journey. We love you. We appreciate you. We're so grateful. I want to thank my friend Eden Alpert, who owns Vibrato, for bringing her fabulous friends. Also, Eden did an amazing toy drive for us, and it's been ongoing at, as we know, one of the greatest jazz clubs in the world. I just want to say thank you. This is a beautiful day. Keep jamming, keep rapping. We have sweets here. Eat, and know that we love you, and thank you for being here.
What an incredible event, and this is like the intention behind the show for me personally. I didn't want us to just be a gossip, another breaking news, a show where we show the true culture of Los Angeles. And I think that celebrities get a bad rap for all the insanity that goes on, but there's so many incredible people at this event. Eden Alpert is one of the gals in there, and she is an incredible philanthropist in Los Angeles. They own Vibrato. I'm sure, have you guys been there?
Oh, I've been in.
Of course,
so
like
fab.
it's a great place right up Bel Air off Mulholland. Her father was Herb, I can never say it, Herb Alpert, and just so many incredible people doing their part in making a difference in the world. So touching. Honestly, amazing.
No, it really is. And Steve Wiseman was there, and he's got this incredible company, Nail and Bone. How cute is this,
Adorable.
you guys? They are such a socially conscious company, and it's so fantastic. Basically, it's this nail polish, 20% of it.
Love that color.
So cute,
That's
right?
So cute.
Yeah.
The packaging, I mean, come on. So 20% of the proceeds go to supporting pets, adoption, rescues, and they've really created this company with the socially conscious awareness of giving back, which is so important, especially just in focusing, like you said, on
I
what
love
people
that
are doing.
Steve was there with his kids. Like, these are really busy people. They're like, they take their time. They're sitting there wrapping presents. Like, they don't have to do this.
It's amazing. I mean, you saw Gene Simmons there of Kiss, and Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit, Lisa and Donald Pliner, you know, the shoe folks. They were talking about the shoes you saw there. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but LA Home, right? They're featured in LA Home this month. Just incredible. Their house is beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. All their traveling, all their stuff, incredible. You got to check out that LA Home where they have all their home. They went travel like everywhere and all their exotic things all over their house.
Impeccable
Amazing,
taste.
right?
Yeah, but it's incredible. You're absolutely right. LA is such an incredible place because you often hear about the negative stuff surrounding celebrities, but to see them doing these kinds of things is just, I think it's inspiring.
It's so inspiring, and it goes beyond just this event. People are creating it, like, that was 25 years Sharon and Kelly Stone have been doing Planet Hope. I mean, Nail and Bone has been going on for years, and they've really created a culture beyond just a one-time event of giving back and supporting the community and supporting the animals. And it's such a huge, important part of the community of Los Angeles that's so rarely highlighted.
Right, and they're all just like down to earth. Like, I've gone up to Vibrato and Eden. I've met her at another event at the LA Expo years ago, and she's just this down to earth, like, she's just an amazing human being. And look at her, she's out there with a Santa hat on, like, having a good time, making a difference. Like, she doesn't have to do that. She could just hire people to like wrap presents and stuff, right?
Totally.
I mean, these are real people making a difference.
Well, you mentioned Gene Simmons, and it's funny because I hear Gene Simmons and I think all the crazy
Totally.
things.
The tongue. Yeah.
And I didn't even recognize him in that video. He had a hat on, and he was just there, and he was present, and he was just wrapping presents, you know? It's just so funny because we only think about their personas so often,
right?
Rather than just the actual people that they are and the heart that makes them really, you know.
I know. I always assumed LA was just full of takers. Apparently it's full of givers too.
Well, we have our taking. It's a give and take, you know. Someone said, oh, my ex-girlfriend, she's a narcissist. I thought, well, if you're in LA, hello, we're all narcissists,
Yeah,
right?
a little bit of that. A little bit of that's healthy, actually.
Well, there is an art about giving and receiving, and you know, so many of those gifts were donated.
Wow, 12,000, right? 12,000 toys.
12,000 toys were wrapped. Over 1,000 were donated by Hasbro, which is just incredible.
Wow.
It's such a special time of year that really encourages the giving, and I hope it spreads all through 2018 because it's really important that we continue
and
to
they
give
gave
back.
it to 20 different shelters for homeless and abused children, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
It include not only just presents, but also clothing, winter jackets, some of the necessities that might not be as fun as a present, but are really going to make a change in the daily lives of these people.
Planet
So,
Hope, amazing.
you know, just thinking out there, like, what can you do as a family? What can people in LA do? I think it's like an important time, especially with your children or with your friends, to show that it's not just about getting gifts or going and getting more material stuff during the holidays. Like, the point is to go, how do we show that we're thankful this year, giving back in some way, and maybe it's just, you know, doing something sweet for your mom or a family member or someone who you know. You know, I don't know, how are you giving back this year?
How am I giving back? I'm gonna take more so I can share more. No, I know, it's a great question. You know, I love to give anonymously. You know, it just makes me feel so uplifted, and you know, so I'd like to do that, and I also love to give directly as well. I'll give to organizations when I can, but also when I see someone in need, I just feel compelled sometimes to just give. Yeah, it's amazing. There's endless opportunity in LA to give. There's so many folks that are homeless and that are just, you know, in need.
Absolutely. One of the things I'm most excited about this season is that we have the platform here at Good Morning La La Land to give back to the community, to support them, to use this as a platform to highlight the amazing things Kelly and Sharon Stone are doing with Planet Hope, Steve Wiseman's doing with Nail and Bone, and really be able to celebrate this as a community. That's one of the most exciting things for me personally in being part of the show, is to highlight that.
Right, so if you're out there and you're involved with a non-profit organization or philanthropy or whatever, we want to know. We want to hear your story. We'd love to showcase you on the show, because this is really about building community and having people actually love the La La Land, the craziness, all this, you know, place. We're a culture within itself. Really, people are like, I don't get LA at all. Like, it's like, I don't either, but until you get in here and you get with the people and you start seeing behind the scenes, like, oh, I get it.
It's funny you say that. I have a good friend, before I moved here, he would always say, because he had lived here before, he said, LA is one of those places where you need a team, you need a family. And he's absolutely right. It's a city like that, and so we want to be part of your team and part of your family, and we want to do what we can to help all of those folks that are in need. Right?
I'm so grateful for this team, by the way. Let me just take a moment and say that, you know.
Hashtag blast, okay?
Hashtag blast.
So LA. That is so LA.
No, but
so
no,
true,
really, it is so true to wake up every morning with you and with the community here at, you know, La La Land and Focus TV, and to celebrate that with you, Rob. It's just an incredible opportunity, and there's this energy about you guys, not to mention, you know, how beautiful you are and the incredible listeners, but just the wisdom that you two embody and the insight that you share is truly a gift.
Well, that feeling is so mutual, Jeslyn, and it's so funny because you play, exactly.
We're just gonna
it's true, because you will play down that, and I love that about you, but you're just full of wisdom. I mean, isn't that true? It's amazing, actually.
Honestly,
the questions she has, the insight
she's like,
she has.
Yeah, she is. We're
really?
like, we're the experts, and she'll drop some bomb. We're like, no, she knows. Like,
why didn't I say that?
Why did I say that, right? No, so on that note, you guys, we're going to take a little break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about some fun events going on in Los Angeles right now, and then we're going to get in the back studio with Chance in a moment, so stay tuned.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Odiva TV, and right now we're in the Focus TV studios in Hollywood.
Happy Wednesday, Empoweristas. It's Alex Worley.
Hey guys, I'm Amy Paffrath.
And I'm Justin Walter.
And this is What's Good, the show that's dedicated to positive, uplifting stories from all over the world.
Hi, this is Alyssa Goodman Show, and I am Alyssa Goodman.
You're watching Beige Bay TV. It's fitness expert and your Beige Bay, Edwina Chia.
Hey, Dr. Erin here, teaching universal law and spiritual truth.
Hey everyone, it's Michelle Gillette with Focus TV, and this is the Spotlight Series.
Hey LA, I'm Gwen Lane with the LA Girl.
Hey everybody, Terry here, host of the interview series Success Beyond Beauty.
Hi, I'm Fern Olivia. Welcome to Sensual Intelligence TV.
Hi, I'm Janica. I'm here with Focus TV for my segment of Fearless Females.
Dr. Erin here, Doctor of Divinity, teaching universal laws and spiritual truth, and I am thrilled to announce the new show on Focus Television right here in West Hollywood, Los Angeles, California. Join us weekly as I interview incredible people, celebrities to your next door neighbor, you name it, your girlfriend. We're going to dive into such topics as love and relationships, health and vitality, business and money, and creative expression. And I'm thrilled to just go on this awakening journey with you as we tap into meditation, visioning processes, intuition, and all the above. So stay tuned as we do this together.
Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. Before the break, we're talking a little bit about current topics and things going on in LA, which is always plentiful. And today, we've got a special guest on set, Miss Bel Air, Chance Cessna. How are you doing back there, Chance?
Good morning, La La Land. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. We know that you competed in the Miss California pageant this weekend. How'd that go, and how you feeling?
Yes, I competed at Miss California USA this past weekend, and it was a phenomenal experience. And for me, it's more about what happens behind the curtain, what happens backstage, being able to build relationships with the girls and the women. And I do a lot of work with women in the community and events and a lot of community work. So it was an amazing experience being on stage, doing the swimwear portion, which was a lot of fun. I worked really hard. I was in the gym pumping it out. So being able to do the fitness element of that was a lot of fun. And then the on-stage evening gown portion, which is always something that the audience looks forward to the most, because you look elegant, you look beautiful, and there's so many gowns, there's so many beautiful girls that are so intelligent and have so many dreams and goals. So it's good to see that all on one platform. So it was a lot of fun.
Well, we are so proud of you. So beautiful back there.
Nice, right?
Oh, goodness, absolutely. And what a generous spirit, too, huh?
So gorgeous. The camera loves it.
Oh my goodness.
Great. We're like, where did you get the makeup done? We're going to ask this girl all kinds of questions back there after the interview.
Absolutely, right?
So, but first, we're going to talk about current events, right? So, hot topics.
All right.
December in LA, right?
I think Jesselyn's got.
Well, I'm so excited. If you have a woman in your life that you're shopping for something fabulous, I want to give another shout out to Luella Rockefeller down on Melrose. It's an LA pop-up right now, and they've got some amazing hot looks, some really cute trucker hats. So I was there checking that out because I'm shopping for everybody this season, you know?
I'm not doing any shopping. Do not buy me a present, because I'm not buying you a present. Sorry. Like, we don't do presents in my family anymore.
I love that.
We just don't.
Your presence is the present.
That's right, right? Yeah. I love that. No, so much better than everybody else. Okay?
It's really interesting. It's a cool culture to have a pop-up, and you know, it's kind of this exclusive. It only lasts for 3 months, so you have to get there and go check out Luella Rockefeller on Melrose. But there's some other really interesting things happening. I know, Rob.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I'm really obsessed with this idea. There's a museum of failure. A museum of failure.
Right?
Yeah,
we love that.
Yeah, I know, right? So I had to check this out. It's a museum of bad ideas and bad inventions.
Oh, I
right?
love that.
Yeah, so just failed business ventures, failed relationships, and so. But the interesting about it for me is that I have found so many lessons from my failures in life, you know. And so I know Tony Robbins is famous for saying, "Oh, you know, failure isn't failure. Failure is feedback. Think of it as feedback." And I love that. Would you say?
Yeah, I mean, talk about Motivation Monday, right?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sure you guys saw that viral video years ago that was like Michael Jordan kicked off the high school team, Oprah Winfrey fired from I don't know, like all the failures of these great names. So yeah, I mean, it's not very holiday-ish kind of an event, but at the same time, I think it is, because we have a lot of, you know, there's days when people aren't at work, and there's if you're going to cruise around LA, there's so many miscellaneous things.
Well, I think it's really fitting actually for this time of year, because in December, so many of us reflect on the success and the failures of 2017. And we really want to celebrate even the feedback we've gotten from failing. And it's a really interesting opportunity to learn from everybody else's failure.
Absolutely. And it's unmet expectations too, right? So it's you meet family doesn't meet your expectations, you don't meet their expectations, the gift they gave you wasn't the right one, and vice versa.
It's interesting though to think about it visually as well, because when you were mentioning that, I thought, geez, reflecting back on my past year or my life, what would I put in the museum?
Ooh, what would that be? Good question.
Yes.
Loaded,
what would that be?
What would it be?
I don't know. You know, obviously things come up like portraits of ex-boyfriends, or that moment that you thought it was the one in the relationship and it, you know, slashed or whatever. You know, I had this one horrible haircut, this job gone awry, and it was supposed to be so sexy, and it was an asymmetrical mullet, right? Absolute failure. So I would definitely hang that right on the entrance, right? Jasmine with the asymmetrical mullet, that would probably.
I gotta see that picture.
Yeah, it's
We're gonna
pretty
dig
bad,
that one up
but,
somewhere.
I mean, what would you hang in your museum of
Boy,
failure?
I think it was like my senior year of high school, maybe my entire high school career. I would, like the entire 4 years, it would just be like little.
You talk about this a lot.
Yeah.
We need to go to therapy about this. I think.
Maybe it was tough, but it's interesting because I wanted to be a professional basketball player. That was my whole goal, my whole life goal, and that ended in disaster. I got pneumonia.
Wow.
Like I said, my senior year, I didn't get college scholarships. I was really depressed from that. It was a little tough, you know. What about you?
Failures. I mean, we don't have enough time in this segment, honestly. It goes on and on, but I do think that I remember being in a leadership program, and I was sitting there. And it was all about, like, I thought motivation was all about, like, rah, 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 we can do this whole thing. And it didn't, I actually went into this subconscious thing where you begin to track all the times. I went through all the listing, all the times I felt like I failed. And when I really got into it, I realized that I had actually chosen that failure. Like, at some level within my psyche, I chose it because I wasn't ready to fully commit to it. Like, you can't fail unless you walk away from it, right?
How did that make you feel?
That really it's, if I really choose to decide to do something, I can't. There's no such thing as failure because you grow at some level, you know. So it changed my entire perspective. That's like transformation. It was like the whole world, like the universe, like shifted, and I was like, oh, like I really have never actually failed at anything. It was more. It was a subconscious choice at some level.
This is such like a tweetable moment. You know those memes? Those memes that say essentially like, I never lose, I either win or learn. That's essentially your experience.
Life is unfolding perfectly, right?
Absolutely.
So when one door shuts, 20 more open.
I really admire your positive look on the failure because my initial reaction typically isn't positive. I am mad I made that wrong choice. It's like, geez, you should know better. Shame on you, you fooled me once, shame on me, you fooled me twice.
Totally right.
But there is an interesting way, the more healthy way, of putting a positive spin on it that hopefully I'm going to learn from you.
Right. So just to kind of keep on track with the current events, I've been obsessed with LA Weekly. I've been obsessed with Eventbrite. I mean, there's so many great websites for like finding out current events in Los Angeles. It's right there. Google is this incredible BFF that you can have to find so many things. But there's, I mean, we just had last night, it was Stevie Wonder. We've got all kinds of, I mean, there's ice skating around town. What else?
Yeah, I love these events that celebrate the Winter Wonderland experience that is not LA.
Yeah, it's not LA.
There's certainly like this really fun culture that happens right now of creating the Winter Wonderland. Speaking of which, there's a chef's table experience at Riot Bar called Winter Wonderland. It's a fabulous 7-course dinner. It's going to be December 21st. I noticed it on Eventbrite, and it's really cool that there's even just a winter-inspired dinner, you know.
Wow. So
right?
much fun. How much is that? Like $1,000?
Yeah, save up from now to then. Rob's taking me. He's going to pay.
That's right.
Yeah. No, it says it ranges from $70 to $125
That's so reasonable.
per person.
Totally reasonable. Yeah, Groundlings.
Yeah. In LA?
Rob's paying for that one.
It's reasonable because it's LA.
Right?
I didn't realize how, when people would say, oh, LA is expensive. I mean, it is and it's not. But when I got here, it was a little bit like sticker shock and everything.
Well, you can totally do everything for free, or you can spend as much money as you want.
True.
Well, yeah, even for free if you want the Winter Wonderland experience in LA that we're talking about. You can go to the Grove, there's snow, they have a live band on the weekends, and it really does kind of feel like Wonderland.
Right?
Go to ice.
You
in
could
Santa
walk
Monica,
down
ice
Rodeo
skating.
Drive and just, window shop and not spend a dime. I mean, you could, right?
You can.
Yeah, carry
Keep
a
that
couple.
jealousy in check. I don't do well window shopping, I'll be honest with you. I'm like, I want that and I want it now.
I'm too cheap to buy the really, really expensive stuff.
But you're so well dressed and you seem
yeah,
so...
but I'm really like people that, like, I'm total frugal. I've got like whatever, lineage back from the Depression era of 1930 and it just lives in me. I can't help it. It's my grandmother looking on Sunday for all the sales, that's like, it's in my blood.
Yeah.
So where is Frugalista Erin going to celebrate the holidays?
My son's coming to town. We're having a very unusual Christmas. Usually we have the whole family down in San Diego, all the cousins, everyone, and this year is different. We decided to just kind of do our own thing. My son's coming out to be just he and I, and we're gonna be tourists in Los Angeles, literally. And we're gonna maybe cruise up to Santa Barbara one day and down to San Diego to see some friends, but we're gonna do nothing. We're gonna literally just veg out, decorate a Christmas tree in my place and eat out a lot.
Oh, love that.
Are you staying in LA for the holiday?
Yes, I plan to, and I'm gonna try not to make every single day a cheat day. I think you and I were talking about that, right? Like, you've got me excited. As soon as you start talking about food, every Sunday for me is a cheat day, right? So I kind of gorge. I don't know if you've seen The Rock's cheat day. Mine's like a fraction of that because I'm a fraction of his size. But it's like, that's what I plan on doing.
The Rock.
Yeah,
right.
Over the holidays, I'm probably gonna have a couple extra cheat days, but I'll be in LA, yeah. What about you, Jessie?
Yeah, I'm staying in Los Angeles for the holiday this year, and a girlfriend of mine, we're trying to create new traditions for ourselves and new LA style winter wonderland, Christmas. And it's weird because coming from the Midwest, it does not feel like the holiday. It's like, it might as well be 4th of July out here.
Right?
It's
warm.
It's really nice that, you mentioned LA Weekly and Eventbrite, that they have these events that are encouraging the Christmas spirit, if you will, because otherwise I'm really not feeling it.
Right.
And if ever there's a time to know what's going on in LA, it's around the holidays. I will say this, my first Christmas in LA was that first scene out of Vanilla Sky, the movie, where Tom Cruise walks into Times Square and there's no one around.
Yeah, there's no one in LA.
I'm like,
it is
what,
incredible.
What happened? What did I do?
I like the holidays in LA because everyone's gone. You have no traffic. It's amazing,
It's amazing,
right?
yeah.
So we have to take a break, you guys. We're gonna go back. We're gonna since it's Motivational Monday, we're gonna ask Chance all about what it took behind the scenes, what obstacles she had to overcome. It's so easy to come on camera and be beautiful and have this, Miss Bel Air and all this stuff. What did it take?
Yeah, what does it take to be
What's
Chance?
it take? We want to know, Chance.
It's hard work.
We want to be
hard work. I know
That's a lot of motivation.
All right, so stay tuned, you guys, as we go to the back studio. Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land, and we are so excited because we have Chance Cessna, who is Miss Bel Air, and she is a lot more than that, let me tell you right here. So, hi, Chance, how are you?
Good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure to be on the show.
Such a hottie.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
Are you kidding me? You guys are so funny.
So glad they got to say it.
9:30 a.m. and she is rocking all of Los Angeles
She
right
is the
here.
epitome #Monday motivation.
Good call, Jesslyn. Yes.
Oh, you guys are too sweet. You're too sweet.
How do you survive the Mondays? What's your motivation?
How do I survive the Mondays? Well, I think my Mondays really begin on Sundays. And it's all about going into the week, preparing for the week, coming, having your plan, having your agenda, and, whether it's meditation, whether it's prayer, to really get your mind centered so you can go into the week and deliver and get the results that you really want out of life.
Okay, Bam, we don't need anything more. She just summed up all of it for us, right?
Delivered it perfectly, too.
It's so true. Most of the people I know that are very successful, they map out their whole week on a Sunday night. They do it all. And they let their subconscious actually over the evening play out some of those things for them to even innovate faster.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for coming. One of the main reasons I wanted you to come on the show is because I want people to see and know that beauty and becoming someone like Miss Bel Air, there's so much more that goes behind that scenes. You have to be up to so much more in your life. So what did you have to go through? I want to hear some of the things that you've been through.
Yeah, well, I think when it comes to life, you have an iceberg. And if you have an iceberg submerged underwater, it was a picture I saw, I think, on Instagram. And you see a little tip of the iceberg coming out of the water, but below the water, what people can't see, you see this huge iceberg going down into the depths of the sea. And it's built up to this point where you finally just see the tip of it. So it's so much that goes on underneath, right, the water, or underneath, behind the curtain, behind the scenes.
Sometimes it's dark down there.
Oh, it's dark, it's scary. You don't know what you're doing. It's like, am I making the right move? Am I not making the right move? So I've been through so much, from just going back. My mother passed away when I was 8 years old. What happened was we were in a car accident and she had a stroke while we were driving. And by the time the ambulance came, she had lost too much oxygen to her brain and she became brain dead. So that happened when I was 8 years old. So growing up without my mother and really I had my grandmother, which I absolutely love. She was such a part of my life, but growing up without a mom, it was a call for me to do so many things for women and to be a part of things like pageants for women and other organizations. And even now I have a mentorship program I'm launching called Girls Who Conquer. And it's teaching girls how to conquer every adversity that comes up against them and every adversity that they face. So moving in, overcoming that with my mother to being homeless and sleeping out of my car and only having a dream. And it's like, what do you do when you're completely at the bottom and all you have is hope, all you have is faith? And that's what I had. And in that moment, you have to be able to see beyond your circumstance. And it's no longer being able to just see what naturally around you, but what is your heart seeing? You have to follow what is in your heart, what is in your spirit, and go with that and be led by that. And before you know it, you'll be out of the pit.
Yeah. Now that's what happened to me. She won Miss Bel Air. That was the speech she gave, and incredible. I mean, really,
so purpose-driven.
So purpose-driven.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. It's about being purpose-driven, and I believe when you're in a position where people are watching you, even now we're live and there's tons of people watching us, what are you going to do with your influence? What are you going to do with your platform? Because people are mimicking you. They want to be like you. And I want to set a good example because I don't have any children. I'm not married, but one day I'm going to have children, and I have a mentorship program. So I try to live a life worthy being watched and,
Yeah.
Chance, I'm very curious in this time right now why you chose pageants as that platform.
Well, pageants actually chose me. I'll say that. Pageants chose me because I didn't grow up as a pageant girl. Okay, I was a tomboy. I was running around barefoot. Right. I still run around barefoot, and real.
This is such a great question because I have to say I had some stigmas. Like I thought, for the girl out there that's like, who's she to I would almost look down upon it, like these women that are getting all glamorized, they're all perfect, they're perfect in bikinis, they're perfect in whatever. It was almost like almost like it was doing a disservice to women at some level. So I'm so glad you asked that because it's an important question.
Yeah, I think it's all about personal development at the end of the day. Whether you're in a pageant, whether you're modeling on a runway, it's the same thing, or you're acting in a movie. It's about personal development, what's happening on the inside. And I believe experiences like doing pageantry, it really built my character in a way that no other experience could have built my character. Because think about it, on the other side, it takes a lot of courage to get up on stage. These are just regular women, and you know, do the swimsuit wear and do the evening wear. But for me, it's about being a queen. I am a queen. And when you know you're a queen, I say that humbly, but also confidently, because all women, we are queens.
We are queens.
So really, it's just a platform.
That's right.
Come on.
Feeling love right now.
That's a whole other
conversation. How did pageants find you?
Well, what happened was I first started in pageant, did my first pageant in college. And at that time, I had a good friend. She was in the Miss USA pageant at the time and was like top 10 or top 5. And I met her and she was like, I really think you should, you know, give this a try. And I'm like, well, you know, I kind of grew up as a tomboy. I've never been like super girly or super feminine. I never saw myself that way. But she was like, it was the same for me. You know, I was a tomboy. I played soccer. You know, I was never into makeup and hair and things like that. But it was a platform for me to do things so much deeper than what was on the surface. And people see what's on the surface. They don't see what's happening underneath. And being able to build the relationships that I've built and touch the lives that I've touched, it doesn't matter what people see on the outside. It's about what's happening in me and what's happening in the people's lives that I'm touching and affecting and changing.
It's so interesting that you talk from that perspective. I worked as a Miss Florida judge for a little while.
Oh, wow.
And I would always feel so much compassion for the girls up on stage because you know how nervous you can be in front of a camera and an audience. What do you do to maintain that peaceful presence when you're up there in front of a crowd?
Wow. Well, yeah, it's an inside job. I know for me, there's a scripture that I live by that I love. It's Psalm 91, and it basically says that if you dwell in the secret place, just under the covering of God, that He'll protect you, that He'll give you just everything in that secret place. So I actually mentally and emotionally go into this secret place. So when I get on stage, whatever happens, whether I trip, whether I fall, you know, whether they call me ugly, stupid, or, you know, whatever it is, it actually, it's like a shield. This word shields me, and it keeps me from really being affected by any comments, good comments, negative comments. I just kind of,
I wish I had a powerful shield like that.
Because people be acting up on those IG pictures. They really drop comments on you.
Yeah. No, so it protects me emotionally, just mentally and spiritually, being able to go to that place and just knowing that it's gonna be okay. It's whatever it is, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, my shield's like my Range Rover.
Is it? Yeah, that's in LA. It's better than my Vespa.
Right. Okay, so I have a question. So, if someone's in Los Angeles and they're like, "Damn, how do I get a mindset like her? I want to be just like her." Where do you hang out? What inspirational like community groups, places are there tips for people?
Yeah, well, I know one of my favorite places to go, you know, living in California, I love to go to the beach. I love going to the water. So Marina Del Rey, they have some really beautiful restaurants that they have out there that I often go to. Salt is a restaurant that I love to hang out. They have a fabulous happy hour, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
At Salt, and it's in Marina Del Rey at the hotel there. So I love going to the water. I also...
All the guys and all
the
guys.
I know, everyone's headed to the water.
Just sold out for the next year.
They just sold out.
So that's a fabulous place to go to, but I try to stay active, you know, so dance classes, sand and dance classes to keep me moving. I love salsa dancing.
Oh, yeah, we gotta go dancing.
We gotta go dancing.
We do,
I love
definitely.
to go dancing. So doing that and just exploring new things, you know, and of course, you know, staying in classes. So acting classes, you know, whatever classes that you like, just stay in class, continue to educate yourself on whatever it is that you love or you want to know more about.
And you've done quite a bit of acting already.
Right? I have.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
What, you have all kinds of lineup, Parenthood, all kinds of things, right?
Yeah, funny enough, Chance and I actually met at a red carpet for a Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, a couple months ago, I ran into this beautiful babe, and I wanted to know her. Her energy was just magnetic. We started talking, and it's so funny that our worlds have brought us back here. I mean, you really are a woman about town in the community of Los Angeles. Has come around you and celebrated you and built you up. And you know, you were telling me a story about getting ready, you know, at the pageant and just how, you know, they dressed you, that yellow dress.
Oh, I didn't even tell you guys that part. Okay, so that's really how pageantry chose me for that part. So when I did Miss Bel Air, we'll back it up a little bit. When I went into Miss Bel Air, it was completely last minute. The pageant director kept calling me saying, you got to do this pageant, you got to do it. I actually didn't want to do it. I said, look, I'm done enough. It's been a wonderful experience. But out of nowhere, a stranger said, I want to see you continue in Miss Bel Air, Miss USA, Miss Universe. So he paid for everything, for my entry fee, for everything, just maybe 2-3 days before the show. So I'm like, well, I got to do it now, I guess, because, you know, the door's been open for me. So got to the pageant, but somehow my dress sponsor fell out for my evening gown. So I didn't have any gown, no gown.
Oh, wow.
So I'm backstage, and I was number 3, and they're getting ready to, they're calling my name to go out on stage before the judges. Everyone's out there.
You
And
didn't
I don't,
Last minute.
no, nothing.
Her shield is this strong. I mean, that's why I wanted to tell the story.
Nothing.
Because
I had nothing. And they're like, they came backstage and said, Chance, like, why aren't you, you're supposed to be on stage. And I was still in my swimwear, because that comes right before evening. And I was sitting in my swimsuit, actually sitting inside my suitcase. I was chilling. I said, like, I'm in my suitcase, I'm chilling. I'm like, well, what do you want me to do, you know? So someone comes literally just moments before, running from the back. And they had a yellow gown in their hand, and they threw it to me, and they said, put this on and get out there. And when I put it on, it happened to fit like a glove. And it was a real Cinderella moment for me. And I went out there and I was crowned Miss Bel Air.
Oh, I just got chills.
Just like all these women that were
chills.
competing.
Like, yeah, like it's destiny.
Yeah.
Do you believe in destiny?
Oh, absolutely. It was destiny. You know, and sometimes we can be so stuck in our own way, we think we know how it's going to happen. And I had no idea I was going to win, because most of those girls, they have been practicing for months and getting ready. So they're like, who's this new girl coming in with no gown? Just going to take my crowd.
Okay, so then I have to ask you this question.
Yes.
So if you believe in destiny,
okay,
what do you believe your destiny is? Because you're a very purpose-filled woman in Los Angeles. What is that?
Well, I think at the very surface level of it, because this can go real deep, but it's about adding value to people's lives. At the core of every relationship. So even take for instance a romantic relationship. At the core of it, it's like, am I adding value to your life, and are you adding the same value, if not even more?
And I get that. And I get the whole behind the scenes of like it's all good no matter what happens. But I'm asking you more than that. Like, for example, I have felt like it's destiny to have a show. It's been something Spirit has called in, and we're so blessed to have a platform like this with so many people, the synergy around it, whatever. What do you feel like the destiny, like what platform, like what expression is that for you?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I believe, you know, I'm a TV host as well, TV host and actress, and I think that is destiny. You know, whatever multimedia, whether it's through, like I said, whether it's through TV hosting, whether it's through acting, but I definitely have been called to the arts. I know I'm called to the arts, and even since I was a young child, I knew that. I knew it, and I knew it so strongly that all the years growing up, I was very careful about how I talked to people, the kind of situations I got into, the kind of pictures I was taking, even very young, because I wanted to protect my image, because I knew that I needed to preserve my image for whatever it was that was going to be in store for me, that may require me to be in the public eye.
Well, was there a moment when you were a child that gave you that clarity?
Well, I would say yes. When I was really young, my mother, she would always, before she passed away, she would always take me to auditions, and we were doing background for all these like kids movies. It was like crazy. We would be outside and in Chicago, and they would be doing beach scenes in the middle of winter, and it'd be 0 degrees outside.
She's like, I love
That's when you know.
Like 10 degrees outside, and they would have these kids in bathing suits run around on the beach. I said, I'm gonna get sick. Like, I don't know if I really want to do this career. Like, this is like real intense. But even from there, I think my mother really kind of just instilled that sense of creativity and the power of a dream. And so it's always been there for the arts and acting and TV hosting.
So nothing specific, but you just know your destiny to be in this genre.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, well that's already done. You've already raised your destiny then, right?
No, it still levels to it.
No, I get it. I get it.
And it's incredible because you're so multi-talented. So acting, are you a dancer as well?
I am. I went to school. I minored in dance at school. So I love to dance. I don't do it professionally anymore, but I just do it for fun now.
Right.
So like if I have a role and they need a dancer for a role, then I can,
We
learn
need to
the
set a
skills.
night and all go out to Viva in Hollywood.
I'm going.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Eva Longoria's new club. I went there the other week, but I wasn't with a group that really danced that much, so I didn't get to dance. So it's Wednesday nights is the hot night.
Oh my goodness.
So let's plan a night.
Let's
to do that.
Let's dance. And I love dance because it's so powerful because it's just, you're able to release yourself in a way that you just can't, sitting down. I mean, it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's liberating.
Very, very
It's amazing. When I first moved here, I didn't realize there was such a dance scene in LA. Because when
Oh,
from Miami,
yeah.
we always
Yeah.
dance.
Such a strong dance.
Right?
It's incredible.
Huge thing. So a little bit more about just LA.
Yes.
And so which area of LA do you live in?
Well, I live in Bel Air.
I
I represent Bel Air for now, but I've lived in all neighborhoods. I've lived in the Valley, Woodland Hills area, Van Nuys. Oh my goodness, that was
Isn't
kinda
it
tough.
so funny how the neighborhoods have very specific personalities?
Very
talking about that.
specific.
Yeah, it very much affect your lifestyle depending on the burb you live in, right?
Yeah.
How do you like living in Bel Air? What's your experience like?
Let me tell you, this wasn't even my idea. I'm telling you, everything that I've done really in these last 12 months, it's nothing that I tried to pursue really hard. It just kind of happened that way. It was a family. It's a family that I know that lives in Bel Air, beautiful family. And I was transitioning from my old place to my new place, and they said, "Hey, well, we got plenty of room. We got a big mansion in Bel Air." So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna come hang out with you guys." So that's kind of how I got in the Bel Air community. It's not like I'm not a billionaire.
Everything just happens for this girl. She just
Fresh
like
Princess
she
of Bel Air.
walks in.
I am the Fresh Princess of Bel Air.
It just happens, right?
There's something so powerful though that I'm hearing from you, and that is that when you surrendered and you accepted and you received the positivity in LA, man, it
happened.
It just happens, right? I know. She's just
there's
wrong, right?
No, but there's really there's no words I can even use to describe the way it's given back to you and it's lifted you up and it's just created your destiny.
Right? So beautiful. I love that you're a woman of faith too. It's so fabulous. I just want to say thank you so much
for
for coming
Thank you
over
guys for
here.
having me.
And you're absolutely gorgeous inside and out.
Oh, thank you.
Looking forward to a night of salsa with you.
Yes.
And I would actually love to ask you if you'd come back sometime and give us some, actual makeup
I would love to.
instructions. You guys around here. Did you come back for that
I
sometime?
would love to come back. We can make it a whole girls' day.
Transformation Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have total girls' day right here. And you can join.
Let's do
That's
it.
cool. As Rob starts crying.
That's to LA, so,
I'm happy to
right?
watch from the video.
He was a judge in Miss Florida.
There
so
you
This is true.
go.
This is true.
Be judge it all the whole time.
Y'all won't be judging. I'll just be observing. I promise.
So how can the people out there find you?
Absolutely. They can find me at Chance Cessna on Instagram, Facebook, and then my website is itsbychance.com.
I love that URL. That's great. So stay tuned, you guys. We're just going to recap the day. We're going to recap our challenge of the month and Karma Coins, giving some updates on the games and kind of getting involved with That's So LA also. So stay tuned. We'll be right back for one last short segment.
Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. Boy, what a great conversation that was with Chance, huh?
Absolutely. Talk about epitome of motivation.
Oh my gosh.
Monday.
Wow.
Incredible.
Incredible woman.
It's been such a credible episode. I think it's one of
I think it's been a really touching episode,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to give myself props for showing up today.
I have to give you props for that too. The last multiple days, actually.
I mean, all these miracles out there, and I'm thinking this is the miracle that I showed up today. No, just kidding.
It's a miracle every day, isn't it? Just to wake up.
No, you are truly motivated, not just on Monday, but in life in general. What is your motivation quote or mantra, affirmation that you use?
I love that. You know, I believe that I always laugh, like we talk about, if someone needs to be motivated on Monday, it's like you haven't gotten in touch with whatever really is going, because it's not something to like try and get motivated. For me, it's like surrendering to my purpose and calling more. Do you know what I mean?
I do, absolutely.
Like where for me, my experience is that when I truly got my purpose and calling, which came from within, came from spirit, came from that place, the depths of my soul, I can't deny it. I always talk about like coming out of the closet as a gay person, because I feel like it's something you can't deny. Like I could probably stay home in bed today, but I want to be here. Like even if it's good for my health or bad for my health or whatever, it's not even like, oh, I should do that because it's the right thing to do. It's more like I can't help it.
I absolutely love what you said. I see the difference between sort of motivation and inspiration. Being like in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, when I feel connected to life itself, then miraculous things happen on their own, and I feel inspired and I feel motivated without so much effort. You know,
how about you, Jez?
Yeah. What do you do?
Well, that's beautiful. I have espresso.
Yes.
No,
shots.
Exactly, a couple shots on Mondays. They're certainly a little bit harder for me. But no, despite the motivation, sometimes it just takes a little extra kick.
But you're incredibly motivated.
Yes.
And you are.
Thank you. To my own judgment, I don't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a worker. The thing I think about Jez is that, because we just started working together, right? All of us in this realm. And it's been interesting to witness you guys and witness everything. And she is this woman is a really hard worker, highly connected and incredible. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank
honestly,
you.
Right?
Thank you for giving me the motivation.
So I have a confession to make to the people out there, because we talked about doing a daily challenge and talked about being physical for all of December, and I have to say that I got the flu and I have not been my word, and I have to clean that up. And after doing so many 30-day challenges over my life, there's not very many that I haven't seen through, but I have to say that I haven't been able to do it. So
yeah, it happens.
Yep.
You know?
I really appreciate your honesty, though, and being transparent about that. And because not everybody is going to be perfect, even if they accept a 30-day challenge, there are going to be moments where they fail and they get hung up in their museum of failure, like Rob said. But it doesn't mean that that's the end. You can get your motivation back again and you can restart. Just tack on the 2 days you missed.
Yeah.
It's a 32-day challenge now.
Yeah.
And add espresso.
Lots of espresso for sure. And then I just want to give a little update on the Karma coins. So they are flying me out for the 29th to the 31st. So we're having a powwow around Karma coins for LA, you guys. So stay tuned, because we're gonna have 2018 is gonna be full on, pay it forward, good acts, good deeds with the Karma coins. So you'll be able to get some Karma coins, do a good deed, give the coin away, have little tracking numbers, and then go on the website and be able to see the GPS system of your coin going wherever the butterfly effect of
Such
the world.
a cool idea.
So
being able
cool.
to track the deeds around
Right?
the world. Absolutely.
So I'm going to keep you guys up to date on that powwow.
That's amazing. And just to reiterate, this is a show about LA for LA, so we want to know how you are giving back. You can tweet at us, send us a message on Facebook, direct message us on Instagram, leave a comment on YouTube. We are daily here for you, Monday through Friday. First live streaming lifestyle talk show
right
in America.
And we're out of time, you guys, so have a great day. We love you guys.
It's going to
See
be
you
a
tomorrow.
Good Morning La La